The biggest problem in the church today. Part 2, and how it's killed millions, continues to kill millions, and what we need to do about it. That's what we're going to talk about on this week's episode of Taking Your Dominion, the weekly discussion about on earth as it is in heaven, and our role in making it happen. The biggest problem in the church. If you join me for the first part of this, you'll realize that I'm not really blaming this on the church. We've been deceived. We've been distracted by the enemy who comes to kill, steal, and destroy.
So what is the problem?
We've made Christianity a religion about church.
What are you saying?
What's going on in our buildings, who's serving in our buildings, what we're doing in our buildings, and what we do out of our buildings through ministry. We focus so much on church on Sundays, we leave most people feeling like their lives are unimportant. They don't matter.
What are you proposing?
Let's talk about the New Testament, and let's talk about, well, the entire reason for the New Testament, and that's Jesus coming to earth. And what was he about?
Why did he come here?
Therefore, if anyone is in Christ, he is a new creation. The old has gone, the new has come. All this is from God, who reconciled us to himself through Christ and gave us the ministry of reconciliation. That God was reconciling the world to himself in Christ. A lot of complicated words there, a lot of theological words there, a lot of spiritual words there. But what's it saying? It's saying that Christ came to set everything back. We are new creatures. New in what way? We're forgiven, we're made holy, we're set righteous to finish the rest of the job.
What job?
What job?
What job?
To reconcile unto Christ all things. What are all things? All things. And we're given that ministry.
Job, what job?
My job.
That's not a religious thing. It's back to the original practical aspects of God and his creation. We didn't fall from heaven. We fell from the intentional plan of God because we exercised our free will and made a choice to deny God's existence and God's lordship over our lives. And ever since then, we needed a way to fix that. And Christ came to fix that and then handed us back the mission of reconciliation, to reconcile all things to him, that God was reconciling the world to himself in Christ. And he has committed to us the message of reconciliation. We are therefore Christ's ambassadors. Christ's ambassadors. How do we do that? Through everything we do. We do our jobs better than anyone else. We have more integrity than everyone else. We're more creative than everyone else. Our source is the God of the universe. We should be successful. We should have awesome ideas. We should be saving lives. I started this video saying this lie of the enemy has killed millions and continues to kill millions. What did I mean by that? We have within us the solutions to humanity's problems. Why? Because God does. We have the ministry of reconciliation. We can make all things obedient to Christ. Don't get me wrong. Do I know we still live in a fallen world? Absolutely. But where's that line? And how about we push that line as far as we absolutely can? Jesus said something interesting to Peter. On you, I'm going to build my church, my ecclesia, who now has the ministry of reconciliation, and the gates of hell will not prevail against it. Gates are a defensive mechanism. That means we're supposed to be pushing against them. Jesus kind of said they're going to fall over if we do. I think there's supposed to be some pretty amazing things happening on this planet. This stuff matters. There's work to do. There's a world to save. You can help save lives through your day-to-day existence on this planet, being fruitful and multiplying.
Now what do we do?
There's a couple of practical things.
First,
Learn to love others.
where have I heard that before?
Okay, already. I do love people. Well, I mean, besides the people that drive me crazy in traffic, but I do love people. But what do I do with it? Well, you do your work as if you love people, because you love people, because your work contributes to helping society. It's a part of the global system of mankind that God wanted because it puts food on the table of many, many people, including you and your family. And that's what God wanted from the very beginning. He's in heaven loving that.
Second,
practice and understand and embrace the ministry of reconciliation that I just talked about. Are you moving creation forward with everything you're doing? Are you letting it fall apart around you or actually destroying things? We're called, we get to move things forward. I think that's pretty cool. Embrace that. Yes, you.
Next, please. Next.
Improve yourself. What could you be better at? That's part of being fruitful and multiplying. What am I talking about? Communication, business skills, money, family matters, relationships, Bible knowledge.
Why?
Become the best you so that you can do the best work in the ministry of reconciliation that is yours. Your dominion. Don't forget, I have a whole course on this. Finding your dominion. How to be the person you're called to be to push this ministry of reconciliation with your giftings, your skills, your abilities in the community and the place where God has you as far and as full as possible. And as we go into 2024, I'm excited to announce that I'm offering a half-price deal on my course, Finding Your Dominion. Follow the links in the bio and use the code LIFE24 to get your half-price off discount now. Thanks.
Anything else?
Anything else?
One of the best ways we can grow in the Lord and for the Lord is to get around great people. You know who they are. Take them to coffee. Get around them. Does this include people in your church? Well, yeah. Bible says, do not forsake the assembly of the saints, and to encourage one another. And all the more as things get more and more complicated. Hello. That's all about the practical day-to-day life between Sunday afternoon until Sunday morning.
What's your point?
The ministry of reconciliation is getting the imagination that the things we do on a day-to-day basis, the little things, the spreadsheets, the tightened bolt, how we handle traffic, how we are with our employees or our bosses and those that we work with. All of those things either move God's creation forward or they tear it down. And we have a role and responsibility because we begin to grasp how deep and how wide God's love is for humanity. And yes, you're great at it and you can get better and better at it and do your part. And we need you to do your part. We need you to show up. I hope this has shed more light on what this entire show is always about. Taking your dominion, the weekly discussion about on earth as it is in heaven, and our role in making it happen. That's the ministry of reconciliation, that the earth would be more and more and more and more and more like it is in heaven. That's God's plan. It always has been, it always will be, and you are a major part in it. Thanks.